Hello, and welcome to Shelley Has Opinions, the hit podcast where the Chatfield girls try and guess their shy sister Shelley's opinions on a variety of topics. My name is Holly Chatfield Flanagan, and with me is
Shelley Chatfield Allison.
And we also have
Julie Chatfield Miller.
And finally, our sister expert and new mother,
Kellie Chatfield Whitcomb.
Kellie, does having a baby make it hard to get your cues?
No, I thought you were going to say one more thing. I was waiting for it, and then I realized, nope, it's too long of a pause for that.
Awkward.
Kellie, I'm so glad that you're back, and I'm also really glad that you showed off your baby before we started recording.
I have to. I think she's pretty cute, so.
So cute.
You have to, by law.
Well, even though Mom has been sending you like 12 million pictures a day.
Like one a day.
It's not enough pictures, no matter how many it is. It's not enough.
I still want pictures of Julie's babies, and Julie's babies are like 8.
Yep.
So, Julie, speaking of you,
Yes.
you have something to say to me, and so you better say it.
Ooh.
We celebrated the beginning of our summer break on Friday by having a movie marathon. And you'll never guess what movie I chose. It was Spice World.
What?
Oh.
And you know how we Chatfield girls feel about the Spice Girls. Very fondly.
Yes.
Girl power forever.
Oh, forever. And in this movie, I totally forgot about this like weird little subplot of they have like a best friend and she's super pregnant. Like in the beginning of the movie, she comes and like we meet her and all the Spice Girls are like, "Oh my gosh, how are you?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I was due last week and I'm still pregnant." And they're like, "Oh, crazy." And like near the end of the movie, they're like, "Oh, we need to spend time with our friend." And so they take her out to a club. When I realized what was happening, like, we didn't want to spend time with our overdue pregnant friend. Let's take her to a club and like we'll party and she'll just stand there. It'll be great. I'm like, you guys are crazy. That's the last place I would have wanted to go as a pregnant woman.
You don't want to dance the baby out?
Kellie, I wanted to ask you as a newly overdue pregnant person, not newly, more recently overdue pregnant person. How would you have felt if your 5 girlfriends took you to a club?
First off, that sounds like a blast to me. And also it's crazy to think of I have 5 girlfriends who would want to do that.
You have at least 4 girlfriends. Your sisters.
If the 5 of us rolled up to the club with Kellie 9+ months pregnant, that would be 1, very fun. 2, I don't know what our group vibe would be at a club.
Sober.
Very funny. Sober.
Very
yes.
sober. But you know what? That doesn't necessarily mean things wouldn't get buck wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That could be crazy.
But Kellie, you're saying you would want to go like hang out at a club when you're 40 million weeks pregnant?
I felt fine. I wasn't desperate at the end, which I know most people do. So
before I was induced with my Lucy girl, I remember we lived in a 2-story condo at the time. Like we were on the first floor and then there was a condo above us. And I remember turning on Kanye West's My Beautiful Twisted Nightmare Dreamscape. What is that one? Anyways, like turning it so loud and just doing stairs up and down, up and down, up and down for the entirety of that album to try and have a baby. And I was already going to get induced a week before my due date. So I don't know what was going on with me.
Desperation.
Kellie, I understand you because I also was overdue and I also was like, whatever, I'm fine until the baby comes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ever feel like, oh my gosh, get this baby out of me.
Man, maybe it's like the fact that I just had my 4th baby and like I was totally over it. Like, I don't know, but seeing this movie, I'm like, that's the worst idea they could have possibly had. Spice Girls, get it together. But maybe all of us are different somehow. Maybe all of us aren't exactly like me. I don't get it.
But at the end of the movie, they do get to meet the newborn baby.
And she's so cute. And my daughter Ruby was telling her Aunt Holly how cute that little baby was.
And she also said her favorite Spice Girl was Baby Spice, but she tricked me first. I thought she said the one with the red hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite one too. And she's like, no, ew, Baby Spice. And I'm like, oh, okay. That does remind me, there is another blonde girl in my life besides Baby Spice. She's the one who suggested this week's topic, sort of. I already mentioned her name.
Is it me?
I'm like, when you said there's another blonde girl in your life, I'm like, oh, it's Shelley. Like, she suggested a topic. Did you suggest the topic, Shelley? That was crazy.
I'll keep it a secret for myself.
No, it's my Lucy girl, my 9-year-old daughter. She suggested a topic that then got a little twisted around by the small committee. And there were several iterations, some of which I did not agree with at all. Julie's laughing because she saw me get real head up during the small committee meeting.
It's very true.
But Shelley, would you like to know this week's topic submitted by Lucy Flanagan?
Lucy's a smart girl and a blonde, so yes, I'd like to know the topic.
Those are the qualifications now, apparently.
I will tell you that when Lucy draws herself, she draws her brown roots at the top and then blonde hair at the bottom. It's real cute. This week's topic is P.D.A.
Ooh.
Why is Lucy thinking about P.D.A? Is this a big topic in her life?
Like I said, there's a little bit of a twist, like a.
Was her topic like French kissing in public, and you toned it down? You're like, no, we can't do that, Lucy. You gotta tone it down. I disagree strongly with that.
No, I think Julie and I would be on the same side of that particular one.
You're both heavily pro.
Yeah.
But Lucy originally suggested, and it's been on the docket for a little while, snuggles.
Oh my goodness. Of course, I should have known.
Classically, my family members are very snuggle heavy, mostly with me at the same time, all of them trying to get a piece of this. But the small committee decided, no, what about P.D.A. instead? Like that kind of is of the same vein. But first, Julie suggested something that made me so angry. I was like, I can't with this.
I suggested snuggle mattresses. Have you guys heard of these?
No.
The one with like the slats in it?
Yes. So it's like cushiony slats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that you can like tuck your shoulder and arm down into or whatever.
Yes.
Got it.
And I
Yes,
sent
okay.
Holly a picture of this and she freaked out.
Ripped her phone in half.
Well, first she just described it. She's like, well, what if we did this? And I was like, what is that? That's nothing. And then she sent me the picture and I was like, oh my gosh, I hate this.
She said,
No.
I am agog.
Is that because it would more easily facilitate snuggling with you and that would mean less sleeping for you?
Don't want to encourage it.
My husband does concede a lot of time during the day to let the children snuggle me, but at night, he comes for me at night. And I can see how much he snuggles me in the night by what my Fitbit says, how much restless sleep I got. Anyways, so P.D.A. Shelley, I know very frequently you're concerned that you won't know what I mean when I say a topic. Will you tell the Shelley Gang what P.D.A. is?
P.D.A. Is short for public displays of affection. And that's self-explanatory. You're showing how much you have affection for someone publicly.
Can you list 5 P.D.A. things?
Holding hands. French kissing. Putting your hand in someone's back pocket of their jeans. Doing that thing where you hold onto each other's shoulders even while you're like walking. Or like around the hips.
I imagine like two people facing each other. And putting their hands on their shoulders and like trying to walk like sideways.
Or
I know,
side by
I know
side.
that's not what you mean, but I like that.
Side by side, reaching out their arms, just touching shoulders.
Kind of like perfect strangers. The dance of happiness. Anybody? Balky, come on. One more, Shelley.
Butterfly kisses at a restaurant. It's doing butterfly kisses publicly. Those are the top 5 most well-known kinds of P.D.A.
Shelley, you're so right. I'm so glad that I asked you for your encyclopedic knowledge about P.D.A.
Yeah, see, those I knew off the dome.
Julie's going to be doing the pro reasons why you should like P.D.A. I will be doing the anti reasons why you shouldn't. And Kellie, as our sister expert and maybe the person who hates P.D.A. more than anyone in the entire universe, is going to be well, who is her name? Kellie? Did I already say that?
Yes.
Okay, Kellie's the one, and she's going to be telling us what she thinks you'll choose. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready.
Okay, Julie, hit the ground running.
Okay. Guys, P.D.A., there's a spectrum, okay? I think Shelley hit it right, the nail on the head. It can go from butterfly kisses to French kissing. Oh no.
Everybody
the
get your
spectrum
love
is far
buckets
and
ready.
wide.
Yeah, love bucket's gonna need to be like right here, ready to go this whole time.
And so there is a spectrum, and I understand that. And I don't condone things that are like totally wild and crazy and are alienating. Like there's a point at which it's, what's the word called when you like are doing something
Illegal?
Disgusting?
just doing something so that other people will watch you. What's that called?
Performative?
Yeah, sure. That one. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like keeping it tasteful, like holding hands, kissing and smooching, but not too crazy. Okay, so don't get any crazy ideas, Shelley.
What? I'm blushing already in this conversation.
And you know what? Affection doesn't strictly refer to romantic love. You're not going to let me kiss my kid at the school door when she's going into kindergarten? That's crazy.
How many times has someone yelled at a mom kissing her kid before they go into kindergarten, hey, get a room?
I don't know. How many times have you done it, Holly?
Well, I say that for a lot of situations, so it's hard to delineate, you know?
But that is P.D.A. So, you know, if you're anti-P.D.A., then you're anti-me smooching my little kindergartner and saying, have a good day.
And then she skates away on her rollerblades.
She just graduated kindergarten. Now she's a first grader. Shelley, I came up with a thing, and I thought I was so funny and clever, and then I looked it up online, and it's old news. But here's the thing I thought of. P.D.A. That's the affection police. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, got it.
Public displays of affection. Police department.
Well, I understand the acronym. I don't understand what it means.
I also don't understand how this is pro P.D.A. Do they make you show P.D.A.?
No, P.D.A. they would be the people going, get a room to you and your little kindergartner saying goodbye.
Or like when you're in a restaurant and you're doing butterfly kisses over the top of the table.
Yeah.
Like, leaning over and then someone's like, get a room. Is that all those police do? They just yell at each other, at people.
And like when two people are getting married and then they're like, you may kiss the bride, they stand up and they're like, no, boo, get out of here. That's what the P.D.A. do. That is a public display of affection. I am displaying my love for my husband.
You said police.
Shelley, don't be the P.D.A. Don't be that person.
That's pro P.D.A.
I'm always trying to enforce my thoughts on things on others.
You're always calling out people. left, and
Especially
right.
at weddings.
I'm a wedding crasher because I just love to shout things at strangers.
I thought, Julie, you were going to say, like, when at a wedding you say, you know, you may kiss the bride and then people, like, hoot and holler, like, in a positive way. I feel like that is also something that a P.D.A. PD person would do.
Why?
Not, like, angrily, but just, like, noting it at all, commenting upon it.
This is happening! Like that.
Should people just like look away when it's happening? Like, you may now kiss the bride, and everyone just like looks at the ceiling or at
Look
their
away,
shoes or something like
or
that.
if you can't look away in time, you just try to really hold in.
But it would be super awkward to have that happen and then have a fully silent, stone-faced crowd.
I mean, if you feel uncomfortable by watching somebody kiss, you can just beforehand you can suggest they just butterfly kiss instead.
Because that's more comfortable for people.
I can't. That's too much.
But if we're talking like on an everyday, not maybe on your wedding day. I go out with my husband sometimes.
Brad.
Sometimes I kiss him.
Only when you're out, though, not at home.
Oh, no. No time for that.
You only like P.D.A.
That's the only kind of affection I like. It's out in public. And you know what? If there's people who are watching me and being offended, mind your own business. Don't you have something better to do? Like kiss your own husband instead of watching me kiss my husband? Gosh, mind your own business.
Hey, not everybody has a husband, or not everybody has only kissed their husband. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do know what I'm saying. I know that you know what I'm saying because I know you've kissed a lot of people.
I have so many people. Corbin asked me something the other day. So we saw a picture of the women's a cappella group from our alma mater, BYU. And he was like, why weren't you in that choir? And I was like, too busy kissing boys. No time for choir.
That's real. That's super real.
It is real. And you know, this is something else I was thinking. In my college days, boys weren't really they were allowed in our living room, but then we had to kick them out at a certain time. And if I wanted to display my affection, I had nowhere else but public to do that.
You have not kissed in enough cars then, my friend.
People can see you in your car.
Depends on where you park. You know what I'm saying?
Depends on how steamy the windows are.
Yeah.
Julie only likes to kiss in convertibles. So, I mean, with the tops
I'm a
down.
classy lady.
I'm afraid that we're welcoming Kellie back for her post-baby episode with maybe the worst topic for her ever.
I know. Kelly's going to be like, actually, guys, I'm not ready to come back to the podcast. I need a few more weeks of, space.
Peace out.
But I was like, when you're a teenager, where else are you going to kiss your boyfriend besides like in public? Are you going to do it in your living room with your parents watching? No, thank you.
Absolutely
Gross.
not. No.
That's a nightmare.
Polly, you have an experience that I didn't have, where I didn't have a boyfriend when I was still living at home. The first boy I brought home was my future husband. Now,
I was just
current
telling that
husband.
story about how his car died right before you guys got to Chatfield HQ. I was just telling that to my children.
Good story. Aww.
Well, it was because I was trying to explain to Jack that you guys kissed over him when he was a baby in our back seat on the way back to Utah.
We made out. No, we didn't. But we kissed. Actually, one of our formative falling in love moments was when we were babysitting Jacko. Okay, my last point. Rom-coms. If there weren't P.D.A. in the world, there would never be any resolution to any rom-coms. Just think about it. You've Got Mail, they kiss in the park. Just Like Heaven, they kiss in a hospital and she's dying. But everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Pillow Talk, he carries her through the city. And then the police officer winks at them and weird stuff. I mean, if you're going to have P.D.A., don't acknowledge it. Don't anybody else acknowledge it. Just, it's not your business. My Mind your own business, you voyeurs.
Well, but it's called public displays of affection, so there has to be a public.
It also is about consent. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see someone who's P.D.A.ing, maybe not doubly consensually, you may want to step in. Like, if you're a police officer seeing a man carrying a woman down the street.
We're getting deep. We're getting
That's
real
true.
here.
Forget about pillow talk. Go back to Sleepless in Seattle.
No one else is around then. No one.
The little boy
But I mean,
and
they
the
are in
guard.
a public space.
They are in a public space. They hold hands, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, affection. Displays. Public. So, Shelley, public displays of affection, they're fine. Don't get too crazy, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Shelley. This is what you've been waiting for.
My permission.
My love is older than 11, so am I still allowed to do P.D.A.?
Have you ever kissed over my baby son before?
I can pretty honestly say no.
You had your own baby son at the time. Julie, those are all really good points, but now I'm about to say some even better points because I have a lot of things to say about public displays of affection, aka P.D.A. You know what I'm saying? Aka P.D.A. P.D. Shelley, you should be anti-P.D.A. because, first of all, you're setting yourself up for failure.
What?
Shelley doesn't know how to do butterfly kisses. Her husband's like,
I'm going to be so embarrassed when I mess it up in front of everyone.
quick, give me a butterfly kiss, and she panics.
I can honestly say that I have seen some pretty gnarly first kisses in my day, and not from me. I'm great at kissing, but I've seen with my eyes other people, their first kisses because they've been in public and I've also been there. And you know what? It wasn't cute. Like there were two totally different styles coming together in a very gnarly way. Yucky bad.
I would say that's a small percentage of the public display. Like, who's out there only kissing for the first time in public, and then all the rest are like,
How many people have you seen have their first kiss? That sounds
in public.
like a wild.
I went to a college that you guys may not have heard of called Brigham Young University. And there a lot of people are dating a lot of the time in public. So I've seen it, but I've also seen a handhold gone awry. I've also seen someone go in for a hug and it turns out they were a little weirdly handsy. #consent. Yeah, you're setting yourself up to look like a real big doofus if you're trying to do P.D.A. in the public view, the public forum. And so you could look like a real goof. You know what I've also seen a lot of, and this is, I don't even know if it counts as P.D.A., but let's talk about it. Let's talk it out. I've seen kisses be denied. And so that's a P.D.A., but it's not, it didn't complete the mission.
One person was trying to display. The other person was
one person had affection, one person did not.
But it happened in public. It was such a public display. And I have not seen this personally, but I've seen it a lot on the TV and the internet and movies and the media in general. People publicly displaying their affection with an engagement that is not taken.
Could this include things like unto like a promposal or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's very
Anything
public.
That is an affection. Doesn't even have to be a physical affection, I think we've already mentioned. Anything that other people can see that is affectionate towards someone else. And that is just a big public forum to say, hey, here it goes. Hope it works. And there are times where it does not, for whatever reason. You know, you may be trying your best. Both parties may be like, I'm very into this. And they also may be 15 years old and just kissing for the first time. I was 18 when I had my first kiss. So that wasn't, I'm not like saying, oh, my friend kissed when they were 15. It went really bad. No, my first kiss was excellente par excellence. So
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay, so there's that. So that's the first point, Shelley. The second point why you should be anti-PDA is anything hidden behind an acronym is shady. Think of all the most shady acronyms: the CIA, the FBI, the NASA, the SCUBA,
The NBA.
yes. And if you are feeling very like open and okay about things, you can just say the words out loud. Why PDA? It's because people are embarrassed, upset, against. Why not just say public display of affection? Because if you say that, people will be like, yuck, forever.
So if you have a 4.0 in school, you say, I have a 4.0 grade point average. But if you've got like a 1.6, you're like, ooh, got a 1.6 GPA. Because you don't want to say the words.
And I think that everything that is behind an acronym is behind and not in front of for a reason.
It's like a curtain to conceal these horrible words.
People say public display of affection, but when they say PDA, they mean private display of affection. Okay, so my next point as to why you should be anti-PDA is because it opens you up for constructive criticism. When you are having displays of affection with someone else, you can have a negotiation between the two of you. I don't love it when you kiss me that way with a lot of teeth. I hate it.
So donkeys.
Yes. Every time I'm kissing Donkey and Donkey Kong. Lots of teeth on that one. You are allowing yourself with a PDA to let other people in and have a say. We've already mentioned get a room. But there are other things that people can do or say that can be intrusive.
How often, though, like, are you sitting in a place where you can, like, give a lot of constructive criticism? Like, what if I'm riding a city bus? That seems like a good time to receive a lot of constructive criticism on my PDA. Or, like, the subway. But, you know, like, if someone's shouting at you from, like, across the hall, get a room, like, does that's not so constructive.
I have been on a date with someone that I was newly dating, and we were kind of holding hands, but like kind of far away from each other. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and someone was like, stand closer together, you're doing it wrong.
essentially like, hey, do you really like her? You should put your arm around her, or like something like that. It was like, people can be awful.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered a thing. I was walking with my boyfriend, Tim, long ago, and we were holding hands, and a car drove past and a guy yelled out the window, "Kiss her! If you don't, I will!"
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Uh-huh. Does that count as constructive criticism?
Sort of. When I was walking across the street with my, I think, fiance at the time, and now he's my husband. Before he was my boyfriend, and before that we were strangers. But at the time, he was my fiance, and some people who were like, maybe not grandpa and grandma age, but like our parents' age now, leaned out and was like, you guys are so cute. And you know what? That is constructive criticism on its own. It's like, hey, good job. You're doing a great job. A+. Here's your postcard. No, report card.
I like postcards so much better.
So there is a lot to be said for constructive criticism because everyone wants to get better. However, there are people who you can trust and there are people you can't, and mostly you can't trust strangers, especially when it comes to your French kissing methods.
But what if I'm smooching on a bus and then someone's like, you're doing it wrong, and then I go, turn around and say, give me your credentials. Are you a kiss expert? Like, and then they are like, wow, I would have never had that if I hadn't been smooching on a bus.
I love the idea of you kissing your husband on a bus and then like really confronting somebody who gets in your face about it.
Shelley, I have 2 more points why you should be anti-PDA. And this next one is, if you are truly dedicated to P.D.A. You need to have a lifetime's worth of dedication to it. And who has that much grit? If you are into public displays of affection, you are in it for the long haul. Hopefully you have someone to affection with publicly. Let's say I do. Let's just say I do, which I do. And his name is Caleb, and I'm like, I love P.D.A. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to feel that way until I'm a very old lady, and he's an old man, and I'm going to have to kiss an old man in public.
So wait, you're saying that if one does P.D.A., you must then do it forever? You can never change your mind?
That is what I said, but I think more what I mean is that very infrequently does one change their mind towards that. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who are like, I love love, and they just keep on loving love.
Are you also saying then, like, if I do not like P.D.A. in my 20s, I'm not going to someday wake up when I'm 40 and go, you know what, P.D.A., I've been missing out my whole life. Let's do this thing.
Mm-hmm. It is an opinion that is calcified, I think, once you decide to have an opinion on it. Like, our mom is very lovey-dovey and loves to continually hold our hands in public, and we're full adults.
Uh-huh.
And she does the weird hand-holding thing, and always when she holds my hand, she says she doesn't like to intermingle our fingers. She just likes to do it the other way. And I'm 35 years old. So if you are into P.D.A., you are probably going to be into it, and then you're going to have to kiss an old man in public.
But my husband's going to be so cute when he's old.
He is.
There you go, Shelley.
He's so handsome. He's so handsome now. He's going to be, that never fades.
Shelley, no matter how old he gets, you still can't kiss him in public or private.
Can I hold his hand if I hold it the way Mom does?
Sure, go for it.
That's the friend way, right?
I feel like that's like the arthritic couple in their 60s way.
Uh-huh.
Shelley, you could be the arthritic couple now, and you're in your 30s.
That's true, but I don't have arthritis in my fingers, so
Brag.
Do you have arthritis in your body?
I do.
So I have one more point why you should be anti-P.D.A., Shelley, and really it should have been my first and only point, and that's, oh my gosh, gross. It is a guttural, instinctual reaction that one has when one encounters P.D.A. You can pretty much know instantly how you're going to feel about it forever. If you see someone, let's say Julie and her husband Corbin, walking down the street and you see them fully macking on the sidewalk, you're going to have an opinion about it.
While they're walking would be quite a sight to see.
Well, we'll practice.
But you're going to see it and you're going to feel one of two ways. You're going to feel, oh my gosh, what a cute couple. They look so in love. Or you're going to feel like, gross, get a room.
You're doing it wrong. You're not supposed to walk and kiss at the same time.
You're going to feel the way that you feel. And there's no amount of logic or opinions or points that's going to change how you feel about that. So this has been very fun to talk about. I love the idea of butterfly kisses at a restaurant. Actually, I hate it. But I'm pretty sure that anything we've said today is not going to change your mind, Shelley. So please be anti-P.D.A., but ultimately just know that I am, so stop macking on your husband right in front of my stinking face, okay?
We'll see. We'll see what my answer is.
Now, our sister expert, who's known Shelley for so long and just had a baby and has been giving butterfly kisses to her baby, probably, but not in a restaurant that other people can see. Kellie, what do you think Shelley's going to choose about P.D.A.?
I don't know if Shelley is as squirmy as I am about public displays of affection. Actually,
Nobody is.
See, if I don't mind doing P.D.A. Obviously, it is not going to get crazy. Like, I'm not going to French kiss my husband in public, but, or even do, I almost called them igloo eyes.
Ooh, that sounds very
That's
fancy.
when you get into a frozen stare at the person you love and just like stare without blinking. That's love.
Come on, baby, give me those igloo eyes.
Because I was thinking of butterfly kisses. Wait, what is it? Butterfly kisses, right?
Eskimo kisses.
And then the Eskimo kiss. So that became igloo eyes.
Kellie, I hope you're ready because you're currently living at Chatfield HQ. I hope you're ready for mom to give you butterfly kisses a lot because she thinks they're very funny. And while she does it, she laughs without breathing. And I just hope you're ready.
Oh my gosh,
Because
no.
she would do it to all of us if once she hears this, she'll be like, that's right. That's fun. Let's do it.
Shelley doing public displays of affection is not a thing. So she would go anti that, but like I don't think she minds other people's P.D.A. just because like she is one of those people who's like, oh, people should be, do them and that's so fun that they are showing affection, like that's so cute and blah blah. Or if she watches it in a movie or something, that she doesn't mind it, which just blows my mind because I can't watch other people's P.D.A. It's uncomfortable. I know it's called public displays of affection, but it should be private displays of affection because I just feel like I'm in that private moment. I just want them to be able to have their privacy.
Well, now is the time we've all been waiting for. The opinion of the MVP of this podcast, the most velvety podcaster. Shelley, how velvety would you say your voice is right now?
So velvety.
Oh,
It's a soft velvet.
How lush.
Shelley, that was amazing and great. But what I really want to know is, what do you think about P.D.A.?
I have a lot of feelings.
Fact number one.
I did write down some notes to remind myself what to say. Thoughts I had while you guys were talking. By the way, the example I gave of putting the hand in the back pocket of somebody's jeans, that is not something that I just pulled out of my own brain because I do it. Because, no, that's wrong. P.S. I love you. Just FYI. I'm defending my own honor.
Oh my gosh. That's a good movie. Oh man, I love to fall in love with what's his face.
Gerard Butler.
Mm-hmm. I love to fall in love with
And
Gerard
then I
Butler.
love to cry and cry and cry for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. And the lead character's name is Holly, so it really is like I'm falling in love with him.
Aww.
Because that's how it works. Anybody with the same name, they experience the same stuff.
Which means you got to be in love with Zach Morris, so don't complain, okay?
All right. Accepted.
But the fact that it's a spectrum of things, but you should probably keep things tasteful, as Julie said, I would agree with. Anyone who chooses to do P.D.A., I would just say respect others when you're doing it. Because, like, I feel like when people are super, like, making out or something on a bus, like, that's uncomfortable for everybody. No one's going to go, look at that love. It's so great. What a love. They're just going to go, gross. Even if they love. I feel like it's the same thing. Like when you listen to music, if you're on a city bus, you can have headphones in, and that's fine. Listen to all the music you want. But if you're listening to like your music out loud on a bus, you're being rude. I feel like P.D.A. is kind of like that. Quiet and small is okay. Crazy, not okay. That's just a general rule. I feel like affection and not just romantic love. Julie, you're right. I would say you can have affection in a non-romantic way, but I would also say that is not necessarily what people think of when they think of P.D.A. I would say it's mostly in a romantic sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But just wait until Lukey turns 5 because I'm ready with my critiques.
Holly's gonna have pay someone who lives in your area to shout "get a room" for her.
How exciting.
P.D.A. P.D. people yelling at you or whatever. I can't remember if this was high school or college or I can't, sometime in my past. I also remember people not just screaming, get a room at each other, but also like when couples were holding hands, like running through the middle of them and breaking their hands apart.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I feel like that's another policing of PDA. Not cool, guys. Playing an unexpected game of Red Rover is not very fun.
Unless you're a couple that never detach, like, let's go. And so then you accidentally clothesline that person.
Clothesline
instead.
somebody.
Rom-coms, no PDA equaling no resolution. I guess I'd never thought of that, but that's true. Their love is not fully fulfilled until they like smooch in public or something. And so like, and I like rom-coms. Sorry if that was ever going to be a topic in the future. So I guess in a rom-com I like PDA, but also I don't. I'm going to just say right now, I know if I have an opinion, it doesn't have to be, if I say one way or the other, it has to be that way for everyone evermore. I don't love romantic PDA. And I know I said that's what most people think of. I remember in Argentina, smooching other people is a much more common activity, in a non-romantic way.
Mm-hmm.
And holding hands was something I saw lots of people do, like a lot more too. Not just like couples, but like friends. And also, I remember seeing like a grandson with his grandma, like a teenage grandson with his grandma, like holding hands. And I think that's nice. I'm all for people doing like nice things, but I don't like PDA generally.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because when I said earlier that you and Rick needed to stop smooching right in front of me, that was a commitment to the bit because I can't think of the last time I've seen you and Rick kiss in front of my face.
You've witnessed them getting engaged.
That was a problem. That was on accident at Disneyland. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
But yeah, I guess, sometimes people can't help themselves when they're newly in love, whatever.
Sounds like you're knocking love at just in general now. Oh, love.
But PDA, I'm not that into it. I'm definitely not into doing it. I'm definitely not into, like, if I was in a restaurant with someone and they tried to butterfly kiss me, I'm not sure what I would do. I'd be very upset though. And so, yeah, just not like, even though I am a married person and I have smooched before, I'm still a little bit like a preteen in movies where like if there's lots of smooching, I'm just like, ugh, I look away. It's not for me. Sorry, everyone. Just not that into you PDAing.
Oh my gosh, Shelley. I was so excited when we thought of this topic because I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what Shelley thinks, but I want to hear her talk about it immediately.
Likewise.
Yeah, Shelley, you didn't actually like flinch as much as possible, or as much as I thought you were going to do.
I think I was just like sitting here quietly brooding because not only do I not love PDA, but my husband also does not love PDA, and also my son doesn't like any DA. So like I'm kind of glad we switched over from snuggling because like that's just not something I have like experience with now as an adult.
Except for with my children.
Yes, that's true. I do get snuggled by Holly's children when we are together. But other than that, I am never snuggled except for by my dog.
Who's very into PDA.
Who loves PDA. She loves
she's
it.
so good
She
at
loves watching people French kiss in public.
And that's true. I guess I do show PDA for doggies when I pet them out on walks, but not humans.
Well, Shelley, thank you so much for giving your opinion about PDA, and thanks again to Lucy for the submission, sort of. Although, Shelley, just for the record, are you pro or anti snuggles with my children?
Oh, I'm pro snuggling in general. I just live with two people who are anti.
Well, Now we are moving on to our segment, Rando Chando. And in our segment, Rando Chando, Julie brings some random words and asks us some questions about them. Hard questions.
Such hard questions.
Julie, what are the words that we have today?
I'm going to read some words to you, and you tell me which ones you like best. Which combination? Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Refrigerator siege. Siege helicopter. Or helicopter fridge.
Oh my gosh. This is a hard one because they're all so good.
I love a refrigerator siege because finally my family has agreed to my terms about leftovers, meaning they will eat them. And that was not always a thing for us because my husband didn't grow up eating leftovers. And I don't know if you guys remember, but we did a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yummy leftovers.
When a refrigerator siege happens at my house, that means the leftovers are getting eaten. And for that, I am grateful. Amen.
Shelley, what do you think?
I think I like helicopter fridge. In my mind, you're on a helicopter, like you've won the challenge in Hell's Kitchen. You get to go on a helicopter ride to somewhere, and in the helicopter is a tinier helicopter, which is actually a mini fridge. Oh. And like that just seems A, hilarious, and B, so fancy. Cold drinks on a helicopter.
Excellent. Kelly, what do you think?
I like Siege Helicopter because one, those two together sound awesome. You can paint so many different scenes with Siege Helicopter. But the second thing I thought of when I heard that was any rock movie. Any movie.
Like The Rock?
Dwayne Johnson. I've watched a couple of them. And the last couple ones, he's been in a helicopter each time. Or is doing something cool in a helicopter. And I'm like, oh gosh, that'd be cool. Siege Helicopter.
Okay.
Okay, Julie, what do you agree with?
Tiebreaker. I gotta go with Shelley's. To keep with tradition. Also because the idea of a little fridge that looks like a helicopter is so cute.
But I love that Shelley's like, you have to get on a helicopter.
Yeah. That's the best way to enjoy it.
You can't just have one. It has to be on a helicopter. Okay, next one. Sleeve article. Article exhibition. Exhibition sleeve.
Oh.
And this is the word I was trying to think of before. Exhibitionist.
Yes. I love an article exhibition because basically that's like a bunch of, like a magazine or like a bunch of like a book of short stories or something. And you know what I'm loving more and more? Short stories. I'm getting into those bad boys. And you know what? I think I want to write some, but I don't know how. Won't someone teach me?
If I knew how, I would teach you.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, wait, no, we can't do that.
Shelley, listen to me smooch my Julie across the universe.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just sitting here with my eyes closed, like rubbing my forehead, like, I can do this.
Kelly, what do you think?
That's right. I knew I liked the last one the best. It just is a funny thought for an exhibition, or like a sleeve to be on exhibition.
Maybe like a kimono sleeve that's really long.
Yeah, like.
And you could put stuff on it.
It just seems so funny.
Shelley, what do you think?
I agree with Kelly that I like exhibition sleeve because what it made me think of was like, I'm going to an art exhibition and this is the only type of sleeve I wear to this. Like I will only wear, like a bell sleeve when I go to an exhibition. So I like that.
That's what I was thinking too. Like a special sleeve that I wear only when I go to an exhibition.
Yes.
So, Holly, you're the odd man out for that one.
You know what? I stand strong and proud, and I don't need you guys. Get out of here.
Hey, maybe the sleeve can be instead of an exhibition, you put it in Holly's magazine.
Well, that's what I was thinking of with like a sleeve article is like there are those in fashion magazines. Like, oh, the sleeve that's in for this season is.
Okay, last one. Umbrella drama. Drama head umbrella.
Oh no! All of them are so good.
You know me. I'm a big drama head. Love it. I love the theater, and I also love messy drama. So
I love umbrella drama because what it made me think of was the Umbrella Academy, which is a great show. And so I guess I would love dramas based solely on umbrellas because that's hilarious.
no, that's an umbrella comedy, Shelley. You got it wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll save all my comedy for butterflies. Butterflies affecting the history of the universe. So yeah, umbrella dramas for me.
All right, Kellie, what do you think?
I liked all of them, but the one I'm gonna go with is Umbrella Head because I'm not sure if that could mean that it has like an umbrella on the head, like because I know there are the ones that have like the headbands and then the umbrella on, like the individual umbrella on top, or if it was a person with an umbrella for a head.
Oh gosh,
creepy.
If I remember correctly, it was head umbrella, and I truly thought that it was like the head umbrella, like he's like the top umbrella. He's
the one in charge.
Is it head umbrella?
It is head umbrella, and you know what? That's the one I like the best because I like the idea of an umbrella in charge of all the rest of the umbrellas.
I love this game so much.
Let's all kiss it. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I abstain courteously.
Well, this has been our segment, Rando Chando. Shelley Gang, thank you so much for hanging with us this week. We are so pleased that you came once again to hang out and to kiss us. Get in line, everybody in the Shelley Gang. Shelley's ready. It's a kissing booth.
Shelley's worst nightmare.
She can't even joke about it.
That has been a topic that has been submitted by one of us on this podcast more than one time. Julie?
I won't even watch the Netflix show Kissing Booth.
I won't even go to a psychiatry booth run by Lucy Van Pelt. You know what I'm saying? But, Shelley Gang, if you want more of this Shelley Gang, you can go to shelleyhasopinions.com. That's SHELLEY, hasopinions.com. I went there today, and you know what? We looked great on the pictures in the gallery. We sounded great on our old episodes. I listened to every one, just a little taste, a little morsel. And I got in contact with myself. I said, "Hey, you stud muffin," and then I said, "Who is this?"
That inappropriate language.
That was the P.D.A. PD in me came out and said, "How dare you?"
Oh, and it's so proper.
If you want to contact us with topic submissions of your own, you can go to our contact page on our website, or you can find us on social media. We would love to hear from you because honestly, I just want to talk more about snuggles. And Shelley says that she loves snuggles with my children. So we need to ask her more questions, deeper questions. In fact, we didn't even ask her what she thought about French kissing. So submit that. I want to do a whole episode just on French kissing.
Gosh. I'll just sit here silently. You can't make me talk.
But she'll still record.
I'll still record. I'll just sit here quietly. I know my duty.
You know who can make you talk is our friends at Paudeville Go. That is the family-friendly network of podcasts that we are a part of. If you go to paudeville.com, you can find a whole slew of family-friendly podcasts for children, for adults with tender ears and hearts. Mm-hmm. You can also find Julie's podcast, Paudeville.com. That's PAUDEVILLE.com. It's my favorite podcast, Paudeville.com. And she does it with her... She does it with her husband, Corbin, and also our nieces and nephews have all made appearances. And you know what? Honestly, Julie talks a lot about P.D.A. on her podcast with her husband. So if you like that, you can hear more from Julie on that podcast.
We'd have we French kiss for 5 minutes every episode.
Gross.
Horrifying.
Oh gosh. Just audio of kissing is disgusting.
Well, with that, thank you, and I love you, and goodbye. Goodbye. I love you, Shelley. I love you, Kellie.
Okay,
I
everybody,
love you,
let's
Julie.
kiss.
Gosh dang it, Shelley. Where are you?
It's Paudeville.
The family-friendly variety show.
I'm your host, Corbin.
And I'm your hostess, Julie.
Every other Friday, we and our 4 kids bring you a fun-packed show. Join us as we play games.
Honey bunches of oats.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Fruity pebbles.
Reese's Puffs.
Another kind.
Read outrageous vintage ads.
Women's minor ills come from one cause. Chronic constipation is the plague of their lives. Tell wild stories. I had a plan.
Oh, what is the plan?
I put a tracking scent in Shorty McGee's boot.
Good work, Tom and Rose.
And bring you a catchy new original song every episode.
And talk into the microphone and be silly.
You can find us at Paudeville.com.
That's PAUDEVILLE.com. Or subscribe wherever fine pods are casted.
Are you ready for me to stop talking?
Always.